Welcome to the Whiskey Explorer. And if you're returning to the channel, thanks so much for tuning into another episode. If you are new to the channel, if you could do us a quick favor, if you could just hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, let us know what you thought of the video. That way you can help us grow this community of the Whiskey Explorer. So thanks so much for tuning in again tonight, guys. And tonight we have got a very special bottle for you guys. We have got Blanton's Gold. All right, guys, so Blanton's Gold Edition. So this is the regular Blanton's kicked up a few notches. So this ABV actually clocks in at 51.5% alcohol by volume, or 103 proof. Okay, so the regular Blanton's is about 47%, so or 94 proof. So this is definitely taking it up a notch, and I was lucky to get this bottle. So as you know, anything Buffalo Trace, especially a Blanton's release, is going to be tough to come by. I actually found this in Calgary, and my brother picked it up for me. So I found it on a website, and I was just lucky enough that I kind of was there at the right time in the right place and clicked the button. As soon as I saw that it was available, I had to buy it. So I put it in the cart and checked out. My brother picked it up for me and got it back to me here in Victoria. This bottle is usually around here, these parts of Canada and BC here, usually a lottery bottle, and it goes for about 140 Canadian. So I know it's a tough price point to get your head around. It's a pretty expensive bottle for sure, but I did want to give it a try. Lots of hype surrounding it, of course. Unfortunately, we never see the Blanton straight from the barrel here, so Blanton's and Blanton's Gold are what we can get. So when the opportunity came up to get one, I went for it. So very nice looking bottle. It's basically the exact same as the Blanton's regular bottle, except that it's got the kind of the gold writing on it instead on the bottle, and it instead of the paper label. And at the top there, the horse stopper, you can see the classic horse stopper. This one here is kind of a gold color instead of kind of the bronze of the regular Blanton's. This one here says that it was dumped on 2/21/20, and it was on Rick number 39. So that's sort of the only information we've got on it. It also says it's registered bottle number 221. All right, that's about it on this one. And I got the little S as my horse rider, the horsey topper, right, that everyone's after. All right, so let's give this one a quick try here. Definitely been enjoying this one quite frequently with friends and family, sharing this one around, sharing the love, which you got to do if you get your hands on a tough to get bottle. So here we go. So there we go, get a little pour of this here going. There we go. Got to pour just a little bit because it's a precious commodity, hard to come by. Probably wouldn't replace this bottle just because of the high price point and the scarcity. Just still pretty hard bottle to even get your hands on. So there we go. Put the rider back in there. All right. So let's have a look at the color in the glass here before we get on to the nosing for this bourbon here. So this one, we don't know what the age is on the Blanton's Gold. I'm going to guess it's about a 6 to 8 year bourbon. We do know that it is mash bill number 2, so it's what Buffalo Trace refers to as the high rye mash bill. So mash bill number 2. So same as the regular Blanton's would be. So color on that, just sort of a medium amber color. Quite a nice presentation in the glass. It looks quite nice. Let's give this a quick nosing. Okay, so there's that familiar, this is the same note that I got from the Buffalo Trace from the Single Barrel Select, the BC Liquor Store pick of Buffalo Trace. It's that caramel apple that you get at the fair. So it's like the Granny Smith apple covered with the caramel, kind of the soft caramel at the fair. That's what I get right away on the nose of this one. Crisp apple, crisp Granny Smith apple or red delicious apple. Very, very like apple juice forward on this one. Definitely a lot of sweetness there, so lots of vanilla, some confectionery sugar. Very sweet nose on this one. not too much else, to be honest, guys. It's not that complex of a nose. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple actually on the nose. Let's go in for a taste. Cheers, guys. Wow, that is nice. So I know it seems very obvious, but this is basically that same quintessential flavors that I get in the regular Blantons. So vanilla, butterscotch, caramel, a little bit of that Granny Smith apple in there, a little bit of an apple caramel kind of note to it, almost like an apple, like the Jolly Rancher apple flavor. And a little bit, a faint hint of coconut in there as well. So it's basically like the same flavor profile as the regular Blantons. It's just kicked up just that little bit, right? I'd love to get my hands on a straight from the barrel. If I do have the opportunity to get that, I will get that and review it on the channel. Haven't seen it yet. Even in the secondary markets, it's pretty scarce to come by around here, so haven't really had the opportunity to buy one yet. It's a pretty pricey bottle, so that's why I don't think for me I'd replace this one again. And I wouldn't recommend paying much above MSRP. So don't go out and pay crazy amounts on secondary. That's just my opinion. If you have the cash and you want to do it and you've never tried the Blanton's Gold, by all means, go ahead, give it a try. But I think even at $140, I would not replace it again. To me, this is at a max would be like $100 bottle at the max. And for me, it's more like a $60 to $80 bottle, somewhere in there, maybe 80, but that's about it. That's what I'd pay. So this is quite a bit more expensive than that. I'll go in for a second sip, see if I can get some more flavors for you guys, some more tasting notes. Tons of sweetness on front. Vanilla, brown sugar, butterscotch, caramel. A little bit of that Granny Smith apple flavor I was talking about. Definitely right at the beginning of the palate. There is a little bit of a Kentucky hug here actually, which is kind of a nice thing. So again, 51.5% alcohol by volume, 103 proof. So not quite a barrel proof, so it doesn't give you kind of that punch in the face of flavor, but it is kicked up a little bit from the regular Blantons, which is nice. The mid sort of to late palate is sort of where the baking spices come in a little bit of cinnamon, little subtle white pepper, but not a whole lot in terms of baking spices going on there. The finish on this is medium to long, so it's definitely a little bit of longer finish, especially in the Blantons. That's the one sort of criticism that I had for the Blantons, is that the finish on it just falls right off the cliff. It's just like, it's there, it's got this beautiful flavor to it, and then it's gone. This one here gives you a little bit more of the flavor experience, lingers a little bit longer on the palate, so that's definitely nice to see. So I personally, I wouldn't replace this one at the current prices, especially the secondary prices. There's just no way I would pay that. To me, this is like an $80 bottle at the most, and I'd rather pay $60 for it, to be totally honest with you guys. But that's my take on it. So thanks so much for tuning in again, guys. And until next week, may your sails be full and your drowns be fuller. Cheers.